Hey guys, this is Celine Moon Goddess Tarot here. I know it's been a while, you guys, and I apologize for just really not taking enough time to do these readings. Life is a bit crazy, but I'm going to be more committed to this channel here, and I just wanted to do a reading tonight to encourage you guys that more videos will be coming. I felt moved to do a reading on what you need to hear right now. So pretty much, you know, a lot of times we are put in a position where we need to hear some advice. We need some guidance. We need to, sometimes it's just reassurance that we're on the right path. Especially these days, you know, with everything that's been going on, you know, I don't know. We've got a lot of planetary things happening. I think Mercury and retrograde just ended. We've had some eclipse. We've had some things. So I just wanted to go ahead and put this video out here, and then definitely I'll be putting out more. So we got 3 piles to choose one. This is a pick a card reading. We have the first deck here is the Tarot of Dreams by Kiro Marchetti's. Tarot of Dreams. Here, this deck here is the Dream Keeper's Tarot. Love this deck. Love it. You guys should get it. It's beautiful. And then lastly, I have this kind of retro style 2nd edition deck of Tarot of the Spirit. This deck is really beautiful. In fact, these 2 decks have what they have in common is that they also include Kabbalah and some of those teachings in the deck as far as the way the cards are interpreted. But for here, we're just going to, you know, definitely use just for tarot. So I've already saged and I blessed the area. Just an FYI, I do not do personal readings for the moment. I am considering doing personal readings. If you feel like you would be open to that, maybe I'll try to see if I can post a poll or something like that. If any of you guys would be interested in having personal readings, I would love to hear whether or not you would or not. And also, if anyone's soliciting money from you, saying they're Celine Moon Goddess Tarot, that's not correct. They are, you know, bogus and trying to steal your money. Because at the moment, I don't do any of those. Okay, I know that that has been happening in the tarot community here on YouTube. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be group 1. This is going to be group 2. And this is going to be group 3. Okay, so take some time, look at the decks here, pause the video, and tell me, well, you don't have to tell me shit. Oh, I should preface this. I do cuss. If that's not something that floats your boat, I'm not terribly vulgar, but sometimes I do sex readings and I can be explicit. But yeah, I do cuss. So if that is a problem for you, I welcome you to just go ahead and find another channel that suits your belief system. For those of you that don't mind and don't care, I am here and welcome. All right, I think that's it. That being said, let's go ahead and get started, okay? All right, group 1. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I've already shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle again. So, what we want to know is, what do you need to hear right now from Spirit? What do you need to hear right now from the universe? What messages do you need to hear from the universe? Let's go ahead and... What do you need to hear from the universe? Group 1. What does group 1 need to hear? What message does group 1? Whoop, that fell out. That was me. This group wanted to hear. What message this group wanted to hear? Okay, let's start there. We'll clarify as we go. So you've got the Palace of Wands, the Hangman, the Knight of Cups, and the Star. I don't read reversals also, so let me just put this a little closer here. All right, let me just get the vibe here. So right off the bat, I'm kind of feeling for you, pile one. You might be maybe people who pick this pile might be younger in age, or maybe highly active. You know, people who are very passionate. Perhaps you love to be social. You love to have be around people and people to be around you. You could be very charismatic and very a magnet for people to be social with you in your life. However, perhaps you're not feeling very fulfilled in that situation. And I say that because we have the first card here, and this deck has its own unique cards. This particular card is called the Palace of Wands. Okay, and so there are 4 cards injected into this deck that are palaces. This is not typical tarot, but I mean for these cards, for example. But the meanings of these cards really represent a home in which almost as if it's a sanctuary for whatever the suit represents. And so for the Palace of Wands, you know, wands represent passion. They represent sometimes it's just sexual passion, sometimes it's being passionate about your life, being singular in your focus, perhaps being very focused on one thing, and this being the sanctuary for that. You know, maybe you have created a life for yourself that is almost like that drives you, if that makes sense. So sometimes we can put ourselves in a position where we create this environment for ourselves that at first we feel very comfortable with, but then over time we start outgrowing that environment and needing to figure out where to go next. And sometimes that's super difficult, because this can sometimes mean, are you letting go friendships in order to leave this situation, friend circles, family circles. If you deviate from this environment that you've created for yourself, that can be a very scary thing. But it's possible that you might have outgrown the scene. The scene is not for you anymore, and you're finding yourself wanting to do some introspective thinking. And with the Hangman talks about, you know, first of all, I'm going to mention this particular Hangman is naked, and he also has tattoos, which communicate passions that this particular person believes in, and also rituals. Naked to me represents vulnerability, and the lights represent enlightenment. So for me, when I look at this card, it tells me that there is some voluntary introspective enlightenment that you're searching for here, and you're willing to be vulnerable in order to do that, because for some reason where you're at right now here is not where you want to be anymore. And this is where you need to start, is starting from inside your mind. Like if you notice the light here is closest to the head, of thinking, of introspective thinking about your situation, about what direction you need to go into, but also being emotionally vulnerable. With the moon in the background here, it tells me that some things have not been, like, it's like you have the intent to do this. You know that where you're at, you're not happy, and you know you need to go in a direction, but it hasn't been revealed to you what direction you need to go in. But you're doing this willingly. Nobody's forcing you. No one's tying you, right? You're doing this willingly because you search for spiritual growth. The second card, or the third card, is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a beautiful card for me, anyway. I love the way it's depicted here, because it's almost like this, like Atlantis horseman, right? Aquarian horseman that's on an actual seahorse as his horse. And usually the Knight of Cups is a knight that is mature enough to understand love and offer cups of love to those he cares about, understanding what that consequence would be, but still being a little immature about what the whole impact for everyone else would be. So I wonder if when I'm looking at this card, I think that what the universe is trying to tell you here is to first seek enlightenment. Okay, you've already know that you've outgrown this situation here, right, with the Palace of Wands. The universe is saying take that introspective thinking, take that time out for yourself to focus on what direction you should go. And your heart is going to guide you. You know, cups are all about emotion and about hearts and about feelings and you know, everything that encompasses. And so when I think of the Knight of Cups, I think, you know, it's telling you that, you know, whatever direction you're going to take, right? Because a knight represents movement, momentum in a direction. Use your heart. Don't go intellectually. Don't go what you think other people should do for you, or do you know, agree with you. Don't make decisions based on other people. Make decisions based on your heart's desire. Okay, I think the universe really wants to gift you with something for your heart's desire, and that is represented here in the Star card. And the Star card is a beautiful card. I mean, like, goodness gracious, look. Like, it's this beautiful woman. She's got these two jars, and she's pouring these rainbows out of the jar to the bottom of her feet, which I think this is like a lake, and it's just this huge bright star down here. And then some other stars here, which is pretty, actually, the Star card in other decks across the board usually represent like one big star and then a bunch of little ones, okay? So it's almost like your wish fulfillment, you know, it's almost like, you know, you've had some kind of intimate desire to move forward in a way that you want to perhaps you want to change your life, perhaps you want to break out from the city that you live in and discover somewhere new to live, a new way of living altogether. But either way, this is your heart's desire, and this is a promise, like, you know, wish fulfillment, that is, if you follow your heart here, you know, look at all the water, you know, follow your heart, follow your emotions. Don't be scared to do so, because you're gonna be rewarded. You're going to be rewarded. It's the direction that's pointing straight to what you need to be doing. And I didn't mention this before, but I think for all the piles, I'm going to pull an oracle card. And the deck that I'm using is the Wisdom Oracle. Let me see if I can put that right. Yeah, Wisdom Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. If you watch a lot of tarot, you're probably very familiar with this deck. So let's pull a card for you. Let's pull some advice for you. All right. 1 second here. All right. Let's shuffle here and pull some advice for you. What advice do you have for pile 1, please? What advice do you have for pile 1? Thank you, Spirit. All right. Advice for pile 1. Advice for pile 1. Alright, so advice for pile 1 is flexible. Flexible, number 19. Let's see, let me put it so that you can see it better. Flexible, number 19. Wow, look at that. Okay, so let's see what that means here. I'll go ahead and get the book. 1 second. Number 19. Alright, here we go. So the typical meanings, or the more simplistic meanings, I guess is a way to put it, is teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable, and without compromising what is most important. Your oracle message is: a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure with everything that it may be in shambles, with everything around it being in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is being open-minded. And stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Wow. Okay. So what does that say about what we're talking about? You know, going in a completely different direction, looking for the enlightenment, being in this energy for so very long, right? Breaking out of this constrained palace, searching for that, you know, enlightenment, going with your heart, being flexible, like water, right? Water is just, it takes the shape of whatever it is around. And being flexible and being open, right? Being flexible, being open, being emotionally open, mentally open to your new future. You know, try to let go of the, you know, old ways that you believed in, the old way of looking at things, the perhaps more superficial way you were looking at things. The universe is saying it's time for you to break out of this chain, break out of this old way of being here, and go forward. Go forward, break out of your shell, do the introspective thinking that you need to do. Go with your heart, right? Go with your heart. Your wishes will be balanced and fulfilled if you continue to do that. You're going to have not just one moment of enlightenment, right? There's just this one light here, right? Multiple moments of enlightenment with these other stars, okay? So keep an open mind in your new path. But clearly, it sounds to me that the universe is, you know, directing you in a different path, a more deep, substantial path, not a path of superficiality, not a path that is, you know, you perhaps entertaining others and being great for others, right? But you still staying unfulfilled. So yes, please go ahead and just meditate on it. If this resonates with you, do some more meditation, do some deep breathing, you know, find readings, find books that could help you discover more in this hangman energy, so that you can, you know, spiritually kind of break out of your shell, or the area that's been so comfortable for you, you know, so that you can go ahead and break free and be open-minded and start a whole new direction in your life. So yeah, I mean, this is beautiful reading. I mean, I really wish you the best, pile one, and I thank you for tuning in. If you like my readings, subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get notifications whenever I put out more readings. I do have other readings on my channel, but I hope to grow those soon. And I thank you so much for spending time with me, wherever you are, whatever time it is. I wish you all the best, and thank you so much. Okay, pile two. Hi. Let's see what the universe has to say to you. What does the universe have to say for pile two? What does the universe have to say for pile two? What advice or direction does the universe have for pile two? What advice or direction does the universe have for pile two? People tuning in to pile two, please. What advice or direction? Whoop! That flew. Whoop! Okay. That's a lot of cards. Well, we're just going to take it. Alright, we're going to take them because they came out together. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so let's see what the universe is wanting here. What are, ooh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, this is beautiful. Aw. Okay, this might be a little bit of a love reading for you guys. Okay, so where you have been mentally and emotionally might be a place of confusion, or feeling like the wool has been pulled over your eyes, or that you're not aware of everything that's happening. So if you're in a connection, for example, and you know, you feel like you have a feeling this person has not been forthright in who they are, or they're obscuring information or something like that, so you might be feeling that way. The card that I have here is the Seven of Wands, which is a beautiful card. It has this woman, her head is like a raven's head, right? She's got the wands down here, and a veil. And let me see here. It honestly looks like a couple of ghosts here in the corner, just little animal heads, but they're translucent. But when you look at the background, it seems very like dark clouds or really bad old wallpaper. That's what it looks like. And then her body though is all white and veiled, without stain. So it's almost like she's got a mask on. She's portraying herself to be something different. However, it's not going to last forever. This is not anything that's sustainable. Whoever is showing a fake mask for you or to you, it's not going to last very long. And I say that also because we have the Tower. Now, the Tower in tarot is all about shaking up your world. It is about one perspective. It could be a perspective, it could be how you looked at things, how you felt about things, or an actual shakeup, like you've been wanting a house for a very long time and you get a call that a house is available that you wanted, that kind of thing. When I read the tarot along with the Seven of Wands, I feel like this fake facade that this person is holding up to you is going to break down, and soon the epiphany, the realization of what true feelings this person has or who they are is going to be revealed to you. Okay, and apparently it's going to be a really beautiful revelation. Pleasantly surprised. There might be things that the person was holding back from you that could have been hurtful if you knew sooner. And now that time has passed, this is going to be good news for you. It's going to be a good change of events. Perhaps this person's going to proclaim their love for you. They're going to say, you know what, I fucked up in the past, and I'm going to just let down. I've been acting like a badass. For example, I think of arrogant people. People are like trying to put their best face forward and they're not being honest about who they are. But go on to try to cultivate some kind of whole relationship with someone without being honest, you know, and that doesn't last. That's not reasonable and it's not realistic, you know. And they've obviously realized that with the Tower. And they're showing you the Nine of Cups, saying that you are this person that they desire, that they see with everything valuable they can imagine. Potentially just like the ultimate wish fulfillment, right? When I say wish fulfillment, I mean like, you know, whatever your heart's desire about whatever partner you have. For some people it's like they want to get married. For other people they're like lifelong partner. Let's get a house together, let's make a garden together, and let's adopt a bunch of fucking kids. Whatever that looks like to you is what the person really truly feels about you. And when you realize this information, it might make you anxious because you're gonna be really shocked about it. You've got the Nine of Swords, which talks a lot about like anxiety, feeling like you've been suffering for a long time. And you might not want to trust this new information. This is going to seem maybe too good to be true. All right. But the universe is saying, nope. don't believe this anxiety here, you have your King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is perhaps can represent your reservation about it, right? Like, you're like, okay, I'm a king, I am worthy of great love. However, I also am not a dum-dum. I'm also somebody that has a lot of discernment, that I am very intellectual, and I'm able to put things in the compartments they're supposed to be put in, so that I can function every day. You're not someone that just embraces emotions like this Nine of Cups. This might lead for you to be maybe a little like reserved, right? Not diving in, like, okay, that's great that you're telling me this now, but I don't know what to do with it. So you might spend some time needing to reflect. This is the Ace of Swords. This is an epiphany. This is knowledge that's going to come to you. You're going to realize, oh crap, okay, now I understand why this all had to be. You're going to understand why this obscurity here with the Seven of Swords needed to happen, and it's going to come out of nowhere. You're going to realize, wow, like this person here, she's with her dress, she's walking along the shore with an umbrella, almost oblivious to the fact that the clouds are breaking up and there's probably no more rain. But this sword's going to help her to realize that, you know what, sunshine's here, honey. This epiphany's coming, and you're going to be surprised that this next card is the Four of Wands, which talks about equality, balance, equality in a relationship, the best possible, like a union of twin flames, if you believe in that, or soulmates. This is going to be the outcome. Okay, so once you go through this journey of like, man, I don't know what to think about the Nine of Cups that they just showed me. They just bared everything. They just bared their whole goddamn soul. And I don't even know what to do about it, because I'm so distrustful because of the way they were handling things before. And you're going to be anxious about it, which is reasonable, right? I think that's reasonable. So you're going to mature to be a King of Swords. Like, okay, I'll offer myself. However, I have a little bit of reservation. I'm not 100% committed. But you're going to have an epiphany, and something's going to come to light that you're going to be like, oh, that's why. And the union is going to take place with you and your person. It's going to be like completely vulnerable, even, balanced love. You know, where there are no hidden intentions or anything of that sort. It's going to be honest, straightforward celebration of just balance in this connection, finally. Because when I look at how there's 3 cards that talk about being emotionally reserved, it makes me feel like this has been going on for a very long time. So let's go ahead. I didn't say this in the beginning, so surprise, surprise, is I'm going to go ahead and do an advice card for you here. So let's see what the universe has for advice. What advice do you have for pile 2, Spirit? What advice do you have for pile 2? Let's do one more shuffle. Thank you. What advice do you have for pile 2 in this situation? What advice do you have for pile 2? Thank you. All right. What do we have here? Here and now. Oh, wow. Okay, so you got the here and now card. There's this egg here with the doorway and this beautiful little fairy on top. And an arrow saying past and an arrow saying future, which reminds me a lot, just looking at the picture of the past, right, of being someone not being very truthful, and then the future, the Four of Wands, right? It doesn't really talk about the path in between. Very stark difference between the beginning and the end, though, right? So let's see what what is the oracle message for 32 here. All right. Okay, so the essential meanings are being fully present in the moment and living one day at a time. Your oracle message says, everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. Wow, so it reminds me of a very common human nature thing that we all do, right? When we have had negative experiences, right, it's hard to believe in improvement, right? It's hard to believe that we went from being tricked to honesty and a beautiful outcome. That's hard to believe because you wanna get sucked into looking at the past, right? What do they say? They say looking at the past is depression and looking at the future is anxiety. But either one you cannot control. You cannot control the past or the future, but you can be present and realize, like, okay, come to the table and be like, all right, I'm taking a chance. I'm going to be open to this epiphany. And it's worth it because you're going to have the 4 of Wands. It's going to be worth it. What a great reading. Pile 2. Wow, you've been through a lot, and I want to encourage you to continue forward, continue in your emotional journey, your spiritual journey, and recognizing what is, just being open to growth, being open to new understanding, the epiphanies about the situation. Yes, so thank you so much. I thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that you hang around on my channel and peek around, hit the notification button and the bell so that you can be notified whenever I have new videos. So I know that there has been a lull. I apologize. I'm going to be working to improve that situation. But thank you so much for coming and joining and spending your time with me. I'm very grateful for the time that you spend with me. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you, Pile 2. All right, so Pile 3. So you picked the pile that was the Tarot of the Spirit. All right, so let's see. What is your message, Pile 3? What's the message from the universe that you need to hear right now? Both piles have been very interesting, the first 1 and 2 piles, so I'm curious to see what's going to come out in your pile. So what message, universe, do you have for Pile 3? What message do you have for Pile 3? What message do you have for Pile 3, please? Okay, that one poked up. What message do you have for Pile 3, please? What message do you have for Pile 3? Alright, do you have any more messages for Pile 3? That one. Okay, and that one. Alright, it's funny because all the cards have come out in different numbers, or different, like the first, I think I had 4, I had like up to 6 for the other reading in Pile 2, and oh wow, okay, sorry, I'm distracted here. Wow, okay. Oh, 3 of Water and the Hermit. All right, let's take one more card. Can you clarify the Hermit for the outcome? Can you clarify the Hermit, please? Clarify the Hermit. Thank you, Spirit. The Magician. Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense here. What else do you have? Woo! Oh wow, okay, that's beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Alright, so To start this reading off, you have the Death card. Okay. I love this deck, by the way. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see that. Death card. Okay. And I love it. It's like a skeleton, but look at, like, they've got the blues, the reds, almost like all of the elements are included in the Death card. Now, this card in this deck is like a wild card. It has no name, and it amplifies whatever cards it's next to. And I find it next to Death, and also next to the Three of Wands, the Three of Fire. Okay, so those three cards, we kind of separate the reading, right? So for these three cards, I feel like you have been going through, or you are actively going through, an awakening in your life. This awakening could be it could be a spiritual awakening. It could be an awakening to your sexuality. It could be an awakening to a new direction in your life altogether. Like you're going to college for one thing and you do a 180 and go in a different direction. It could be a a change or epiphany to change your your relationship. You've got a relationship going in one direction. There's going to be major changes that you're going to want to put to death. Parts of you that everyone knew or that you knew yourself, and that are going to change direction. Death. Without death, you can't have birth. So death is, for me, is not a negative card. This coupled with that means that this is a huge transition. Whatever this is that you are dying from and are going to be reborn to being more passionate, which the Three of Fire talks about having a purpose. You're going on a path. You already decided your path and you're moving forward. No discussion. You already know what you're doing. You're going there. So it's a very abrupt and also profound direction that you're going in. So a very stark direction. Like, for example, like when I'm talking about sexuality, you thought you were straight and you've realized, wow, I'm really gay. Later in life, perhaps. Or you realized, wow, I wanted to be a doctor, but I really actually want to be a humanitarian. Like that kind of stark change in direction. All right. Now, coming from that, I do feel like this is more involved with love for some of you out there, because then we have the Three of Water. You have 3-3. You might want to look up the you might want to look up the angel number between 3 and 3. You got 2 3s here. Okay. You have 3 of Water. 3 of Water represents like emotion, like celebration. You're celebrating with your friends. You're going out. You're enjoying your life. You're having a great time. You have no care in the world. In a romantic reading, when the Three of Cups comes up, a lot of people will say it means a third party situation. It can mean that, you're in a relationship, but there's a third factor in the relationship. Like, let's say you're the doctor and your partner is not a doctor. Well, that role of being a doctor probably could be a third party situation, because that role carries such high responsibility. It impacts your life, impacts the relationship. So I really look at this like, if we're going to discuss it in a relationship sense, it will impact your relationship, whatever that is. All right. But it's beautiful because it's ongoing love. It's ongoing connection and love. And then you have the Hermit. The Hermit is pretty much an energy that is not fast moving, but it is an energy of enlightenment. A mental enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment. It's about realizing something about yourself and coming out of it. So I associate this card a lot with shadow work, going into a dark place, a cave, which this Hermit's typically depicted in a dark space. Here there's no dark space around him, but going into a dark space and finding yourself, finding who you really are, and living your authentic self, not shadowing, not masking, not being disingenuine. So I asked the universe to clarify this. Like, this seems very like at the end of the story is like, okay, so you get this enlightenment. Now what? I got the Magician. Okay. Magician talks all about manifesting. talks about like you're going to be in control of your future. Whatever energy you're going to put towards it is going to be the outcome. So the advice would be to please manifest exactly what you want. Don't manifest what other people want for you. Don't manifest what you think your parents want for you or whatever. Be true to yourself. Be true to your desires, and they will come true, because the universe wants nothing but good for all of us. The universe is not out to get us. When we have hard lessons, it's because we're undoing trauma from generations of trauma that we are trying to work out. And I'll leave that there because that's a whole nother discussion. But the outcome for this card, the Magician card, was the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, man. Next to the Sun, you can't get a better card when it comes to an outcome. Like, this is all about, like, everything that you've desired in your life, that you wanted, is coming. It's coming for you. You can believe it. It's there. Yes, there's death that needs to happen. There is transition. There is a plan. There's introspective thinking. Counting the cost about what could be that third factor in your life affecting things. Or perhaps considering your friends. Maybe you'll have to let some of these go in order to manifest, right? Perhaps when you realize exactly what your direction is, it's going to be a big deal. Either way, the outcome is absolutely incredible. Okay, so feel good about that. Do the work. Don't do shortcuts. Do the work. Do the manifestation, because you're sure to get the 10 of Cups. Now, I didn't mention this at the beginning, but I'm doing a little oracle card here, kind of like it's not really a surprise, but a little extra, kind of to sum up the reading. What is the ultimate advice for you with this reading? Okay, so here we go. What message do you have for pile 3? What message do you have for pile 3, please, about this reading? What message do you have for pile 3? Message for pile 3. Oh, that was going to come out. All right. All right, so you got orphaned. Seems like a dark card, right? You have this poor woman. I think it's a girl, actually, sitting by herself, and it's all gray. Which reminds me of the death card, actually, like transformation. So let's see what orphaned means. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's see, how does orphan tie into this message, Spirit? All right, so here we go. Essential meaning is a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, and the need to belong and uncertainty about your place. The oracle's message is we are all meant to have connections with other people, within our families, society, and a larger culture. No man is an island, and it is important to recognize that being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit in. Be true to your core truths and values. Be true to yourself, right? The Hermit. All right. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or a community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. 3 of Wands, new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss and confusion. Address the need for belonging. Here. Address the need for belonging with the Hermit. And know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you, and it's time to move on. Damn, does that not match? Going from death, like honestly, death, the amplifier here, that this is a significant thing. This life change, which makes me, just reading that, I'm thinking of the alphabet mafia, the LGBTQ plus community. There is some major transformation, realization happening here, guys. Major. Finding that new direction with the 3 of Fire, the 3 of Wands, you know? realizing that perhaps this community that you had before of the Three of Water isn't suiting you anymore, and you need to go in a different direction. Do the introspective thinking like the Hermit, and know that you're going to be guided to the correct light and direction, and manifest your new area. Go manifest and believe that you will find a new community, wherever that may be. And your 10 of Water is waiting for you. Your oasis, your paradise. You're going to sit there content as hell. Content as fuck. Like, whew, you know what? I worked so fucking hard to get here, and I'm so happy I found my place. And it's going to feel so fucking good. I'm proud of you. Pile 3, I am proud of you, because I know that this journey is a hard journey. It's difficult. It's painful. And it's a lonely journey. It's lonely. But look at you, mama, or papa, or whoever. 10. Fountain of love. They, them, he, she, doesn't matter. Everyone is, your birthright is love. Your birthright is acceptance. Just like eating, drinking, and being well taken care of as a baby. Happiness. Feeling secure and content in your community. All of those things are not something it's not a privilege. It's something that you deserve. All right? So I really wish you the best. I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope that this helped you. I hope it encouraged you. I hope that it did some good if you picked this pile. I am going to be putting out more readings. I thank you for your patience with my lack of posting. And until next time, I love you all. Thank you for following me. And until next time.